Twitter, through
I,
my personal Twitter. Yeah, that shit had all types of like restrictions and parental shit. They like this might get crazy if you go in here.
yeah,
It changes
yeah. That's why.
kind of
That's
chat.
why I'm like,
What?
yo. I'm like, click on it. I'm like,
Yo,
I'm like, yo.
it wouldn't even let me click on it. You know what I'm saying? So I came in under the URL one, and then it worked. So we hit.
Okay, good, good. We good. We got past that. That was insane. Don't worry about it, cause we had to get off that. I was angry anyway, so I'm glad I got that out the way. I
I'm,
calmed
I'm,
down.
I'm glad.
First of all, first off, I want to say I appreciate you coming to my spaces. I know you don't do this. You probably have never even used spaces before. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you coming to my space. That actually want me to ask you, like, what made you even want to come to my space? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just being totally honest, man. Like, I'm really not active on Twitter. Like, I don't come on. I don't really like listen to the spaces that often. Of course, I see clips that circulate around on online. If anything
Mm-hmm.
that concerns us, people, send me stuff to my phone. But, like, do I actually come on to Twitter and listen to spaces and see what's going on, or watch blogs on YouTube regarding, anything that has, that's going on that regards URL and myself? Not too
Mm-hmm.
often. The reason why I decided to come on, and I won't make this like a super long speech or whatever, is because, for the last year or so, it's no secret, we've seen, Verbs say a myriad of different things about me and
Mm-hmm.
URL, and I've chosen to take the high road and never respond, never,
Mm-hmm.
refute anything, never go back and forth, because, I just learned a long time ago, you only become a clown when you join the circus. So I've just let
Facts.
the circus play out for as long as
Mm-hmm.
possible. But I did earlier this year, I said that I would try to be more vocal when I felt that people were attacking URL as a company, because I
Yeah.
don't really care what anyone has to say about me. As I've said before, what somebody says about me is really none of my business. But when you
Mm-hmm.
attempt to demonize the company that's doing something positive for the culture, something has to be
Mm-hmm.
said. I think in this instance, I needed to say something. Earlier this year, I actually said something regarding an issue with the release of Pat Stay's Battle, because people were making accusations that we were harboring the match and weren't going to release it, and we were being greedy, and just
Mm-hmm.
all of these crazy things that I needed to come on and let people know. Like, we don't have to tell everybody what our schedule is. You don't know what
Yeah.
surprises that we have or things we're putting together behind the scenes to make things special, and they kind of ruin the surprise, and then the guy
Yeah.
who did it just never apologized or acknowledged what he did, and it just
Yeah.
like try to make it seem like he's putting us against the wall. So I came out and I spoke on that. And this is an issue here where, once again, you know my name is being thrown in the middle of something when you and I were working closely behind the scenes to try to do something that was positive for the culture. So because this
Yeah.
is about business and about the
Addressing
image
lies.
of the company, I
Yeah.
felt the need to speak on it. So you called me, you caught me at the right time, and you said, "Yo,
Yeah.
come on." And I was like, "Yo, Holla, come on, man." He was
Cause,
like,
cause I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm not. I ain't call you to like try to come be on my side. I'm finna tell you like this. I'm gonna ask you questions, and if you can't prove what you saying, don't answer it. I only want straight answers. I only want yes or no's. I'm not gonna ask you none off the wall. I'm gonna keep it real when it got something pertaining to me, you, or whatever I got to ask. I just want you to be straightforward with me. You got me?
"Definitely, man. I'll try to answer the questions as
All right, cool.
straightforward as I
Oh,
can."
okay, bet. First question is, why did Hitman and URL ever get into it? One of the only problem that we had that went online. What was the cause of that, and why did that happen?
Wow, man. Wow, we got to go back in history, man. First, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if everybody knows, but from day one, you know, if we're being honest, Hollow, we had our ups and our downs, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
mostly surrounded business and like negotiation. So, we'd be yelling at each other on the phone, you know what I'm saying? But it would always be handled behind the scenes, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah,
negotiations, I never took it personal. But
yeah.
from what I believe it was Gnome 3, right? It was a big card. We
No,
had
I'm three.
city. And at the end of the night, um, at that time, we were still fully, well, we are still fully independent, but that was in an earlier stage where financially the company wasn't as big as we are now. And at the end of the night,
Yeah.
the club collected all the money through tickets and through cash. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
cash that they collected through the box office, they wrote us a check on the weekend and said, "Hey, you'll have all your money on Monday. This is the way we do our accounting." So it kind of put us
Mm-hmm.
against the wall because we were depending on the money to give the artists the back ends because the show took place
What?
on Saturday and everybody was leaving the following day. And we wanted, we needed the money from the door to pay the talent, but we didn't have all the money. So backstage, if I remember, I was explaining this to everybody, what I'm saying, and you wasn't happy about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
I asked. I said, "Yo, I need my back end." Y'all said we gotta
I
wait
said,
till the check
but I
clear.
said, yo, let me give you some of the money and just give me until
Mm-hmm.
Monday, and I'll give you the rest.
Yeah, get the rest. Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
like, nah, that ain't what we agreed on.
uh,
Y'all of it's always. I felt like y'all, nah, I need my money, man. I'm supposed to have this and that. I got stuff I'm trying to do. Boom, boom. I need my money, bees. I need you to
right,
fully fulfill the contract. And you
right,
was just like, yo, we gon' pay you. We never had a problem paying you. It's just the money ain't gonna clear yet, but we gotta wait a couple of days, and that's where it went
right, right.
haywire. You know, I was young.
You and
But I'm not.
it was a
If I'm
while
not
ago, so we got cooler heads prevail, but it was a hot headed thing. You said what you
for
said.
sure,
I said it
the
got
disaster was there too, right? One
yeah,
disaster. I
yeah.
think disaster
Does
actually
that?
spoke on this.
Yeah.
Me and you was about to fight. Me and you was really finna fist fight.
Yes, yes. Oh,
It,
as
and I,
embarrassing as that is, yes, it was going to happen.
it,
Right,
it sound crazy, I know. But I've never told that story. I never even told nobody that. You know what I'm saying? They really got to those numbers. But so that leads me to ask you: have I ever told you, or Smack, or Chico, if y'all drop my battle, if y'all drop a verb battle before mine, we gonna have a problem? Is that have I ever told y'all that?
that is not true, and that is absolutely insane. And that would have been the fastest way for me to hold on to your battle for 17 months before putting it out.
Exactly, bro. Because he said a million times. Beasley said, Hitman called him and said, I put it on my flag. If y'all put a verb battle out before mine, it's going to be a problem. So we got Beasley right here now saying that that's not true. The reason we got into it is because y'all didn't pay me on time, and I felt like y'all was holding my battle because the way I acted for not getting paid.
Right. No, that's not what happened. I
Mm-hmm.
believe it was more so about just the battle coming out in general because at the time we had a number of battles that were on the card, but
Mm-hmm.
that was the one that we were kind of focusing on as like the main event, and we wanted
Mm-hmm.
that battle to come out last. And at that time, we would drop battles a lot slower. The demand for
Yeah.
battles to release was great, but
Mm-hmm.
we would
It was
wait like
crazy.
2 weeks, 3 weeks in between releases to drop them.
Mm-hmm.
So people would be, up in arms, going crazy, and the talent wanted their battle out as well as the fans wanted to actually see the battles. So that's kind of where the discrepancy lied between us. And then I believe that was known three, and the next event was Summer Madness 3, and then
Mm-hmm.
you and your brother came into town,
Pulled up.
right?
We
We,
pulled up.
right, and we met up.
We,
You know what I'm saying? Like it was, I think it was me, you, and Rain, and we were just talking, and we was like, "Yo, what's up?" And then he was like, "Nah, it wasn't anything like that. It was more so about, I just didn't know what it was." And kind of like once we explained, what our strategy was, and we all kind of saw eye to eye. It was just all good, and we just came in and we chilled out, and we all enjoyed the event.
I ain't have a million niggas with me or nothing. I just me and my brother came and spoke to y'all like men, right?
Exactly. That's always
Speaking
respect,
like y'all men.
and
Respect.
I always respect that. Like, and I move on respect, and the reason why like I've been able to like walk around and be in the culture the way that I am for all these years,
Mhm,
and you've never heard of anything happen to me is not because I'm some tough guy. I'm a businessman,
mhm,
but like I don't owe people. I don't owe people money, and I stand on what I say, and I face all issues directly. So
mhm.
I was happy that you did show up that day because we got to step to the side and handle issues directly. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
and it always worked out. So, I mean that was
Okay.
that was what it was. You know what I mean?
So for the record, one more time before we move on, it was not because y'all dropped Verb battle before mine. Just for the record again.
Nah, I mean, nah. That would never be the reason. That doesn't even sound plausible. Like that.
Yeah,
That
I know.
that
I
doesn't.
know.
I don't like. I don't like. Have you ever that? How would that even work? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
want anything like that. Like just as a businessman,
Yeah.
just as a man in general, like I
Mhm.
can't be threatened into doing anything
Yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
you know,
Sure. All right. So moving on, B. So all right, this situation when how did me, you, and Gerald McCoy come into the situation that we had?
all right. So y'all all know the story. For the
Mhm.
most part, we haven't been working with Hitman for a couple of years. You know what I mean? And it's not there's no real beef between URL and Hitman. I mean, Hitman,
Mhm.
he knows. You know this too. You do this shit. And so we going while we here and we just keeping everything forward and open. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's like a running joke, right? So like he'll feel a certain way like we're not booking him, but Hitman will call me and be like, I got him on your neck, bees. You know what I'm saying? I got him mad at you. I got the people
Yeah.
mad at you this week. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
Mhm.
all right, I'm gonna get you
Yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? But I never end up getting them back. But for the most
Mhm.
part, for this situation, was he's like, I bet they won't call. Now I haven't called Hitman for a battle in some time. I think the last time I saw you was maybe like last summer, right after you battled Ill Will. I think
Yeah. Geechee at
I
the ride event.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the riot event, and we spoke. You know, it was brief. It was like, "Yo, what's up, Holla? What's going on?" Boom, bam, and that was it. But I hadn't, we hadn't spoken in some time about a battle. So of course, the Mook thing escalates. You guys are going back and forth online. I'm looking at this. It's happening. People are hitting us up. They're saying, "Yo, this is a battle that we want to see. How can URL make it happen?" You put out an
Mhm.
invitation. I bet you they won't call me. I bet you this and that. I bet you it won't happen. So I was like, as my duty in the culture, whatever differences we have or may not have, we have to put those to the side for the greater good of what the people want to see.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
reached out, called you, and we sat down and we spoke, and we began to get into numbers, and we began to talk about, how the card could be beneficial at a time when we haven't had a lot of big matchups. I mean, of course,
Mhm.
Loaded Lux and Rum Diddy was a big battle, but we haven't been seeing them battles like that of that magnitude consistently for about a year or so.
Uh-huh.
So I thought like this would be something that would really give a spike to the culture. And we talked about the undercard. We talked about where
Mhm.
we would do it, how we would do it, what the rollout would be, the timing. But I also
Mhm.
explained to you that this is going to take a lot because you
Mhm.
require, a lot of money for what you do, and so does Mook. And I
Yeah.
said, with the current state that we're in the culture, with the bootlegging that's going on, which is a huge problem, by the way, which I'm gonna touch on real
Yeah.
quickly. I know I get long winded sometimes, but like
Mhm.
bootlegging is a huge problem. Um, Battle rap isn't as big as WWE or the UFC or other sports, boxing. So when people bootleg, it really affects the artist directly because it limits the amount of money that we can pay the artist, let alone it hurts
Mhm.
us as well because it doesn't provide us with the support that we need to put back into
Mhm.
the culture to do more events. So I was explaining to Hitman that we need to get sponsors, we need to get people who love the culture. So we were sitting there brainstorming. I said, "Yo, what about Gerald McCoy?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got a
Mhm.
great relationship with him also." And what people don't know
Mhm.
is I know Verb has been, running around touting that he brought Gerald McCoy into the culture. Gerald McCoy's been working with us probably since like 2012, quietly,
Yeah.
sponsoring
Yeah.
battles that he
Yeah.
wants to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that whole
12 years ago.
yeah, those all those like early born legacies that we were doing out in Tampa and Orlando, the ones that went on the
Mhm.
URL TV app first, a lot of those battles were sponsored by him. And these
Mhm.
are battles that he was bringing to the table. So we reached out. He said that he'd be
Mhm.
willing to put some money up to kind of help things get started while we handle the things on the URL side to put things in play because there was a lot of lifting that needed to be done. And I don't like to just
Mhm.
jump out and start putting out to the world, hey, me and Hitman are talking, hey, we're building, hey, we're this, because it creates an anticipation for answers. So I like to work
Yeah.
quietly behind the scenes so that the rollout can be effective. We know what we're doing, we know when things are going to take place, and we get the best result. So that's how
Yeah.
Gerald McCoy came into the fold. He agreed to put some money up. We all spoke. He wanted it to be anonymous, and
Mm-hmm.
we continued on. And then you and I said, you know what? Let's not tell the people that we're speaking. Let's keep
Mm-hmm.
let's keep the people like wondering like what's going to happen, so that when we actually do roll out with the trail and when we drop it, the impact is
Yeah, just drop a surprise. Yeah, just surprise them more. So I said I'm gonna keep going with the day 5. No Beasley call. I'm gonna get in spaces still. Like, man, they still ain't called. I told y'all. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Right. So boom, I keep doing that. The next day, next 2 days or something, I call Bees. I'm like, Bees, what's up? How we looking? Bees like, listen, I never tell you this because I know how you are. He said, but we one step closer, and it's pretty much done deal. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, but I ain't gonna tell you it's done though, because I know how you is. So it's not done. I gotta holler at him, but we pretty much rolling. So I'm like, bet, B, say less. I called Gerald. Yo, Gerald. Man, Bees never tell me this because he know how I am. Bees end up telling me, yo, it ain't looking good. Might want to go try to shop the battle somewhere else. We can't afford it. We can't do this. We might not make it. Boom, boom, boom. I say, bet. Bees told me we one step away. So he ain't gonna never tell me that. So if it's cool with you, man, can you send me the 20? Because honestly, I feel like Mook been writing a long time because it was 2 week, 3 week process with Remy. Remy told me to start writing. So if she told me to start writing, I know she told Mook to start writing, possibly. So I'm like, that ain't fall through. I said it was a 2-3 week negotiation with the bags and bodies. He told me give him some time. So I don't know if he start writing then. I said now with the URL, it's been a week or two. So I said this whole time, man, I've been arguing trying to put it together. You send me that 20, man. I'm gonna lock in. At least I get some motivation to start coming up with ideas and writing. If the battle don't happen, I just send it back. Joe was like, okay. He was like, all right, cool. Give me a second. Cool. He said, give me a second. Boom. I get on spaces. No, I'm talking my stuff with Rosenberg Raw. Now it was that day. It was me, Rosenberg. I forgot who I was on now. I'm talking my stuff. Boom, boom, boom. ARP called me. Boom. Yo, man, Gerald called and said he feel like you lining them up. I'm like, what? He said, yeah. He said, you on space. He said, you called him yesterday or earlier today, said, give you 20 because Beasley said it's on and popping almost. And now you on space and said you haven't spoke to Beasley. So I'm like, what? All right, so I said, I'm gonna get Gerald on the phone. I get Gerald on the phone. I text Beasley. Beasley, can you please, because he ain't answer. I said, can you please call me? It's 911. Please call me. Beasley called me, Beasley, Gerald on the phone. What happened from there? What was the
him.
what was the
We
problem?
spoke, and and I was like, maybe we should have told you, but he was like, we spoke behind the scenes, and we said that we weren't gonna let the people know anything. Once they know that we're talking, the patience of
Mm-hmm.
the culture is going to be limited. They're going to want to, and they're going to want. If we say we're speaking on Wednesday, by Friday, they're like, so when is the battle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly. So what did he say the problem was, or like why he felt uneasy, and like what did he say happened on his part?
nah, I mean, hold on. What was the question you said? What was the part that he?
What yeah, like why yeah, why did he feel like, who did he call? Like maybe said, man,
Oh,
I
he
felt a
said,
certain way.
yeah, he's like he had heard from Verb that you were no longer cooler with Nick Cannon, and that there was something going on
Mm-hmm,
with your management, and that you could
mm-hmm,
possibly be scamming, which was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? For
mm-hmm,
him to say something, for him to say that that's what he heard, and that's kind of
mm-hmm,
what threw him off. So I was just confused by that because I'm just thinking like, well, why would he say that? Like if he doesn't know, why did he
yeah,
just direct him to say, or you should call Hitman and ask him why he's saying he didn't speak to Beasley? But for him to like do something that like would jeopardize from getting the matchup started, you know what I'm saying, on a certain
mm-hmm.
level, is just like wow.
Did,
You know what I'm saying? Like
didn't
this,
make
somebody else.
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So
So
on that convo when you
what we said on the phone was, okay, I'll tell you what, let's just so that Gerald was comfortable, I was keeping him. I said, listen, you know what? Matter of fact, we all collectively decided, don't send out any money. Just hold it.
yeah
Let us finish doing what we're doing. And then once
yeah
once we say it's time to push the button, then we'll move forward from that point.
Yeah, so I said I'm cool on. I'm now because I'm already uneasy. It's lined up names getting next to my name, and I'm like, I ain't cool then. Don't worry about it. So Bees and Gerald was like, my pay. He said my apology. So whenever Bees call, yo 20 is right here. I'm ready to send it. I'm like, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? We left it alone. But from your honest opinion, when he told you that on the phone, did that sound like hate or did it sound like it wasn't no big deal?
I mean, did it sound like what I heard that he said? Did that sound like hate?
Yeah, what he already said. Yeah, was
Yeah,
that
I
hate
mean,
or you just think it was?
anytime that you don't have a clear answer about what someone's motive is, and you come up with your own assumption and place that
Mm-hmm.
narrative upon someone,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. Especially when
Yeah.
you don't know for certain. You don't know what hit. If you at that time, if you guys were cool, his protocol would be, let me get Holla on the phone and ask him what's up, and I'll call you back, Gerald. That's what you
Or
or
just you call me.
call
Or and I don't
call
know, you
Hitman and
call
say, yo, Hitman, you may want to call Gerald because he's a little apprehensive about moving forward with participating in the match because you're saying that
me.
you
Yeah.
haven't spoken with Beasley. That would be the proper way to
Exactly.
handle
So Verb was telling people that it was crazy that I'm asking for 20 and the deal wasn't locked in yet and all this other stuff. So as since you a league owner, you've been in this league a long time, is it do battlers always want money? Like just be like, man, I need some money, some down, you know what I'm saying?
it.
To
Yeah, I mean,
fight, man. Like,
people, people ask, for advances. People ask sometimes for money, while after the contract signed, while they're waiting, because we don't send money out like to like cash services. Like we forward to bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? We're a corporate
yeah,
company,
bank.
but we send money directly to bank accounts. So sometimes it takes a few days for the money to come. Like once you complete the contract,
Uh-huh.
depending on the relationship that you have with your bank and when we send it, it could take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours, like one to 3 business days for the money to land. And, hopefully if it's not on the weekend, then it could take even if the,
It-
days run
so
into the
so
weekend, it could take even longer.
so Verb been telling people like been trying to paint this narrative that I'm like what I did was so like unheard of and like oh my god he's just damn near scamming. He want money without no contracts and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like he trying to make it seem like
it's not an unusual thing. I mean, especially like in this situation, because Gerald McCoy was just kind of like a sponsor. He's not the company.
it wasn't
So,
even the league owner. Yeah, it was a
right.
sponsor. Yeah, it wasn't even like the league owner or the sponsor. But what was crazy to me is have if being honest, I'm asking you questions. Has has Aye Verb ever been in that situation with you guys?
Um, nah, I mean, honestly, like in terms of that, like he's never been in no real like funny financial situations, despite the way that he acts online and the things that he does
Uh-huh.
does against us. Like I'm not gonna just lie on him, even though he does that to me. I'm not gonna lie on him
Mm-hmm.
and say that he owes money. He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
owe money. But I mean, there's been situations where he's asked for advances and things like that. That has happened.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. Now we getting somewhere, right? Okay. So he don't owe. So he ain't never ran off with no money and all that. Cool. But he asked for a van. So when you say he asked for a van, because basically that's what I did with Gerald. Like you
Right.
give it to me and I'm gonna give it back. I was giving it back if it didn't happen. So when he asked y'all for advance, what do you mean by advance? Like the battle was close or the contracts were
I
signed and he
I
just
I
wanted it
I,
earlier?
I say like this, right? Like I'm still trying to fully understand, like kind of like where Verb and URL went wrong. Like I don't,
Oh,
I'm still trying to comprehend it. I mean, I have an idea of the things that led to it. I'm pretty sure
what happened?
it led to it. Like, okay, so now that I'm thinking about it, like, okay, so when we were doing a swamp battle, right? That was a battle that we spoke about for some time. That he wanted to do. I spoke with Swamp about it. Swamp wanted to do the battle, and leading up to Summer Madness last year, I was speaking to him and to Swamp about that battle.
What
Um,
month is this? I just want to make sure people
um,
in the timeline.
this was probably, man, we had been speaking for some time. So, like May, I would say like around May,
Okay.
early May, or
May
even
May
like
2023.
yeah, May 2023, April, leading up to the battle. Now, at
Mm-hmm.
that point, we were still doing events with caffeine, and
Mm-hmm.
at that point we were still doing events with caffeine. So I was waiting on the budget from caffeine so that I could move
Mm-hmm.
forward with Summer Madness. So I explained that to everybody, like, yo, listen, guys, I know the battle's coming up in a couple of months. As soon as I get the budget, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was understanding, pretty much on board. So around that time, there were some other leagues that were trying to get the battle, or were vying for Verb's attention to do other matchups. So he called me.
Mm-hmm.
He was calling me, asking me, for an advance. He kind of asked me for an advance. He said, "Yo, if you could send me some money, send me 3,000 so that I know it's real."
Hold
Which
on, wait. Hold on. What date is this? This in June? This is May?
this was probably it was June because it was close to July 4th weekend. I remember that.
Okay. Okay, so this June, and he asks for an advance for a battle in Summer Madness, usually what, September?
Yeah, exactly. So I
Hold on,
was
stop right there. Okay. Oh, wait. Because he just told the world I was trying to pull off some big scam shit because I asked Gerald to send me money so I could start writing for a battle that was gonna probably be happening in a month or two. But he asked you guys for $3,000 with no. Hold on, was the contracts out?
nah, we didn't have contracts out. That's why, like, don't
Hold on, whoa. Wait a fucking minute. So he asked Beasley for a $3,000 advance in June for a battle in September that y'all didn't even have contracts with.
Yes, that's correct. Um and sometimes people ask for the, for favors, or stuff like that. And to be clear, right? Because, like, I don't want to put his business out. Like, I'm not saying that 3,000 was his deposit. Aye Verb, again, like I said,
What
this.
was it for then? What was it for then?
Nah, I'm
What
hold
was
on, I'm getting there, holla. What I'm saying is,
all right,
despite
all right.
despite who he is and what he's become and what he does, like, I'm not, he makes good. He made good money with us. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't his deposit amount, but he was saying,
Mm-hmm.
send me 3,000 so I know it's real, which made me kind of feel like, yo, what do you mean it's real? Like, we've
So
been doing.
so 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 it sound like he needed. It sound like because to see if it's real, y'all been booking them for 10 years. So what you? I don't understand. See if
Like,
it's real.
that,
It sound like send
that
me
was
3,000.
right. That was my thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I don't understand why you. What do you mean it's real? Like, you've been feeding you for over a decade. You know what I'm saying? Like, the
The
biggest check
the
that you've
best
ever
money
got,
he ever made.
the
The
biggest
best money he ever made.
you've ever gotten in your adult life have come from this company. The biggest checks you've ever received have come from this company. So you're telling me to send you something so that you know is real is crazy. Now,
With no contracts in 3 months. 3 months
exactly
before the battle date, with no contracts.
correct.
But he just looked down and told everybody I was this terrible person for trying to three
Right.
thousand. So
And
it
listen,
sounded like what?
and I'm not even going to say, like, look, everybody, I don't know what his situation was, right? Again, like, I don't know why he said that. I don't know if he needed the money. He never said that he needed the money or that he was in a jam. And if he was in a jam, which plenty of people have been in, myself included, or anyone else, right? We all go through
Yeah,
ups
yeah,
and downs, right? But
yeah.
I felt like we had enough of a working relationship where, if you were in a situation like that and you needed it immediately, you could just say, "Yo, Bees, look, I know you're waiting on the contract. I have to do, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh.
Any way that you could facilitate this. If that would have happened, I would have gladly forwarded him the money. I would have found a way to do it. But still,
But you can't because
that's
not
that's
to cut you off. Hold on, not to cut you off, Bees. I'm sorry, but You can't a corporation that size can't cash out no money for
Exactly.
no battle.
I can't send that to that. Like I can't send you Cash App to, you know what I'm saying, to your shit, and you know what I mean, from our account. Like we just don't do that. I mean, there is a way to do it if it's like through a routing number and a checking number, then the Cash App can act as a bank account, but that would still defeat the purpose of what he was requesting because he wanted it to be
Request.
right. He wanted it to be instant thing. And like I don't listen. I don't. These situations have happened before with other artists, so I'm not going to sit here and like
We ain't talking about other artists, Beasley. We talking about the nigga who looked down at all the other battle rappers and this 2023, and he asked in the biggest battle rap league uh, ever for $3,000 3 months prior with no contracts, but he just looked down at everybody else that he says does these things
right.
that
Exactly.
he's
He
doing.
does do that.
Okay,
He does.
so yeah, yeah. So let me ask this. So since we all know Big Bad Aye Verb, who don't get in these situations, just ask that. Did y'all send him the money? Bees. Yo, Bees, your phone off. I said no, your phone off. Bees, can you hear us? Bees. Come on, Bees. It's getting spicy. There you go. Bees. I hear the background. Bees. Can y'all hear him? Bees, I hear you texting, bro. I don't know if that's just mine. I see Ace, can you hear him? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Moving them. I'm gonna invite him to speak again. Yo, Bees, I just added you. All you gotta do is I just kicked you out and re-invited you. It's getting spicy. Don't run now, Bees. Do not run now. Oh man, this in here, bro. Give Bees 2 seconds, man. Don't just shit the question. The shit finna get spicy. You ain't getting off the hook that easy, Bees. Nah, I ain't getting off the hook that easy at all. He finna answer all this shit. He finna answer all that shit, all this big bad wolf and him laughing and looking down on other battle rappers and acting like he this and that. He be doing all this shit behind the scenes. I'm finna ask all these questions and B's finna answer them. Oh, this nigga B's. Oh, this B's right here. Send me the link. My fault. I'm finna resend the link. I'm finna send you the link, B's. I just sent them. I just resent them the link. The link. So B's, you know how to, you should know how to, you should know how this go now, B's. Let me know y'all pop up. I just sent it. It just went through. Shit was getting spicy. There you go.
Yo,
Now you're not running. You're not get. You think I'm finna let you off the hook like that? Hell no. Come here, Beasley. Come here,
I'm back.
Beasley.
I'm back. I'm here, man. Yo, when I was
I bet.
there, I don't know what happened. It dropped, and every time I would hit it, it would say link available, link unavailable. So I had to keep hitting it. Got back in.
I know where we left off. So I asked that y'all send him the 3,000 that he asked for.
No, I did not. It was like close to July 4th weekend. So I was explaining to him like, yo, bro, I don't have a contract ready for you. Like, so yeah, I can't just send out money like that. You know what I mean? So he made it,
Yeah.
he didn't really like
Okay.
say like what the severity of the situation was, if there was. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how
Okay.
to take what his request was, because it was more like, yo, just send it so that I know that it's real. And I just like
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
3 months. 3 months. 3 months before Summer Madness and no contracts. Remember that. Cool. All right. So bet. So y'all ain't send it. What happened? What happened after it? Did y'all relate? Did he still show love? Like what happened?
Well, after that, he let me know what his next battle was going to be, and he let me know that the contract that he had for that battle would prevent him from doing the battle with Swamp. So he chose to do
Yeah.
the battle instead, which I said was cool. I didn't even get angry about it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't wait. You couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? I said we could just do it in the fall, and then it turned into, oh, you're gonna have to pay more money now because it's gonna be bigger and blah.
Mm-hmm.
All these types of things, and just
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really, I didn't trip. I didn't down the battle. I didn't out his battle. I didn't, I let
Yeah.
Swamp know I was always communicating with him the whole time, because I got a great deal of
Mm-hmm.
respect for him. So, I was letting him
Yeah.
happening the entire time, because oftentimes what he would do is he would go online and he would say things to Swamp, or try to like back Swamp into a corner online in front of the world, when he
Mm-hmm.
knows that we were all having a conversation collectively behind the scenes about doing the match. You know what I mean? So
Internet game.
try to put him into like a
Mm-hmm.
situation with questions and things that he couldn't answer. So it was just making the whole situation that much more confusing. But however,
Okay.
he chose to move on to something else. And I know a lot of times people say, like, what's the well, put Swamp with somebody else. You know what I mean? And he's saying,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you can't be on the event if it's not me. But it's like, okay, if there's a crowd, right, and they're zoned in on one specific matchup, and you've been promoting the matchup
Yeah.
straight, and then one of the guys
Yeah.
falls out, you could put Swamp on the card with somebody else, and it will be a great battle. But it's not the battle that the people
Yeah.
want to see. So
Want it at the time. Timing is
like,
everything.
right, the excitement for the battle
Yeah.
wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
So it was never a
Yeah.
thing where we don't believe in Swamp, or Swamp can't be on the card without Aye Verb. He'd been on plenty of cards, and it was already, doing events in New York and Irving Plaza. He was already on Gnome against Tay Rock. So Swamp had
Mm-hmm.
already been proven, as and battle tested as somebody that, we respected him and believed in already.
Okay. Cool. So did y'all where do y'all fall out at? Because it don't seem like y'all owe him. Because he said y'all was owe him money or something, right?
Well,
Am I not mistaken?
I, it, he said so many things, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe that it was a combination of I guess not send any advance that he requested, but he wasn't very direct and forward with what he needed. So I didn't send.
Yeah.
Plus, it was July 4th
Oh,
week, and I was like, "Yo, bro, I can't like even if I got
he just
something."
wanted y'all
Yeah,
to send him 3,000 because he
right,
asked for just for 3,000 three
right.
months in advance with no
That's how,
contract. Just send me 3,000.
yeah, I can't do that. Like, I don't even know why you're talking to me that way.
So that's why. So that's why he started bad mouthing. That's why he going on a anti
Well,
UR
nah,
fuck URL.
let me try to put the pieces of the puzzle together for you as I see them.
All right.
So after that happened or whatever, he went on. He started to discuss. I guess he started to promote the other battle that he had, and there was
Mm-hmm.
actually no real falling out. It was just more like slick talk through text, like aha, look at this, look at that. Oh, the other rappers are saying things about you, and I don't. I'm from saying just now I got to take another battle. The money,
Typical verb shit.
typical shit like that. And I'm like, yo, Verb, that shit is small potatoes to me, my man. Like, I, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
happy for you. You know what I'm saying? We'll do the battle some other time. Don't worry about it. That was more so my attitude towards the situation. But I think it was a combination of that because he actually knows that that's what he wanted to happen. He wanted it to be on URL, which is a big, it would have been a big battle for him. But I think
Mm-hmm.
what also took place, what people don't understand is that Verb has always wanted to be somebody who presented new talent to URL. That was something that he just wanted to do, which and it's hard for me to say this, but which I respect, right? Which I like. I like the fact that he
You
wanted.
said what you said? Like he wanted to work for y'all? What that
Yeah,
mean?
like he wanted to bring talent to URL. He said this numerous times. Like behind the scenes, he was asking to like actually work here. He wanted to work at URL to be like a talent scout. He wanted to be able to bring new guys.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
He
whoa,
wanted to
whoa, whoa,
bring
whoa,
new
whoa.
talent and have them work here at URL. So what he was saying to us was he wanted to do that, and he also wanted to be a liaison between us and artists. So he's like, "Yo, hire me, and I could go talk to the artists, and I can get them to go on stage for you cheaper because they respect me. And I'm gonna just tell them this, and if they don't, cooperate with what it is, then they just won't work." So he wanted to have like this position of power where he could bring new talent in, and then he could also be the one who would like go to talent and try to get them to battle for lower prices. That's what
That
that,
one, that one,
that's what
that
he
one, that
proposed.
one be
That's what he
that wouldn't
proposed.
be a good look for y'all though,
Well, I
because
didn't want
that
to do that.
y'all.
I wanted well, Hal, I didn't want to do anything like that because I don't think that one that an artist should have access
Power
to
over
what
other battle rappers.
to other battlers, and they shouldn't know anyone else's business, especially
Mm-hmm.
somebody like him who frequently talks about people's business all the time and puts it out in the
Time
like I
in
would
the
never
world.
jeopardize the talent, the other artists who are on the roster. I would never jeopardize their information or put them in a position where, somebody could know their business and go and spew it on the internet. So it just wasn't happening. If you look around that time, he had stuff out where he was like, "I'm about to work at URL. Y'all in trouble." He made posts
So
like there's posts that are going.
somebody send me that. Somebody DM me a picture. Somebody send me to one of those blogs. Somebody send me something for me. I ain't never heard he tried to. I ain't know he tried to work for y'all because he
Right.
said y'all was disgusting people. Yeah.
He wanted to do what P's job was. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of
Oh, that makes sense.
like if you
That's why he hate P so much.
right like if you look back, right, even in if you go back, to go back to Black Star Video days, you know what I'm saying? Go
Mm-hmm.
back around that time. Remember when we first had we were doing the proving grounds, we had some new guys, and then he came and he made the challenge, "I'm gonna bring 3 guys up from St. Louis to battle." You know what I'm saying? And he
Uh-huh.
met up at Black Star and he brought 3 guys from St. Louis and they battled some of the new guys from the proving grounds, which I appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, what I'm saying, despite again who he's become,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated that because he actually did try to bring some talent through, and he did take some initiative to try to, to bring some people in. However, you know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as a point to show that this is something that he always wanted to do. And then as time
Mhm.
progressed and his character changed, it was something that I could never permit because he doesn't have the emotional intelligence to control himself. And he does this, the way that he talks to people, the character that he's become, that would never work. Because at the end of the day, we're all men. It doesn't matter how much
Yeah.
money you make, or other talent makes. The bottom line is everybody wants to be respected, and he doesn't demonstrate respect. So
Yeah.
putting him in a position like that would be detrimental to what we have going on. So I told him, like, we didn't hire him for that. So that after a while, I think like that is what drove him crazy, because he went and put it out that he was going to be hired there, and then when it didn't happen,
And then,
it made
yeah.
embarrassed him. So I think it was a combination of that, and I just also think that A Verb is the type of person where he sees, if he sees an opportunity, he doesn't have,
Mhm.
like again I said, he doesn't have the emotional intelligence to like calm down and balance two situations. Like there's guys that
Mhm.
are cool with URL, that are cool with other leagues or other league owners, or that go to their events, hang out with them, even with people that I may not necessarily get along with, but I don't have
Yeah.
issue with them. They're just direct. They're men. Yo, listen, that guy's my friend. This MC that doesn't battle on URL any longer, he's still in my battle group. We're still friends. I'm not holding that against the person, and he doesn't have to turn on us for an opportunity. So I think once,
Bees, how do I put this picture on the big screen? Dude, hey, somebody, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but somebody, hey boss, how do I put something on it? Ain't it a screen you can put on here or something to show a picture? I know you don't know, Bees. It took you an hour to
shut up.
hold on. Before you finish, they found the let me just add hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, they one second, B. I gotta learn how to let me just invite the boss, where you at? I'm sorry, I do not know how to work this shit, bro. Hold on, sorry. I need somebody here that's going, where the boss at? That they're gonna help me. Somebody, oh shit. All right, keep going, B. I'm finna try to put this picture on the big screen. Keep
Right.
going though.
So like, I forgot where we at. What was the last point that I was making? I
You
was
saying that he
I,
was he was yelling, he
couldn't
was
put him
dissing P because he wanted to work.
right. I couldn't put him in a position like that. Like I would never put like 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 talent to know anyone's business. Like I don't discuss people's business, and people will tell you, man, like I don't,
Hmm.
things that I've done, or people have done things for me. You know what I'm saying, in terms of like maybe giving me discounts on battles, or times where we didn't have big budgets. People came and worked for me, and in turn, if people run into a jam or emergency, they've called me, and if I'm able to do something for them, I do it. But you never hear about it. It never comes out because
Yeah,
we that's just how we move, and it's
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, but just someone like him who's so erratic and just jumps off the handle, you just never know what you're going to get. So I just couldn't put him into that type of a situation where he had that level of power, especially, within the company. So I think it was a combination of that. And then also, like, whenever I feel like once he gets an opportunity, he feels like he has to
Mhm.
just jump to one side and start attacking. There was never a reason to attack URL. I never put out that the reason why the swamp battle didn't happen was because he wanted an advance. I never said that. I never put that
So
in.
that sound like that's what it was though. It sound like
Right.
he got mad at y'all because y'all didn't hire him and y'all didn't send him $3,000.
Correct. That was a driving factor. I never put that information out. I never blamed him. I just remained silent. And then he just, after he did that, so I'm like, okay, well, you're happy with your decision. You should be happy. But that wasn't enough.
Hmm.
His next goal to down Summer Madness. And, then next thing you know, it's like 25 blogs every single day. He's saying something about me. He's saying something about other people. He's gossiping.
Over $3,000.
Yeah,
Over $3,000
I
advance.
don't know. I don't know what the motivation was. You know what I mean? And
I'm
listen,
I
and listen, and to be clear, right? Like, I'm not I'm not putting out, or like the information, like he went and put out screenshots where he put up
Yeah,
portions of the
screenshot.
conversation. You know, what I mean, he's playing audio recordings. Like, I don't know, like, where this comes from. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy that I met from St. Louis years ago, when I first met you, him, Ill, Remy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, y'all were some solid guys. This doesn't seem to be the
That
behavior of somebody
the
who,
police, the recording convos, the
yeah, like it was,
screenshots, and all that stuff,
yeah,
bro.
like these guys recorded. It's like recording conversations, and then you're blocking out the other voice, da 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 da, and then you know you're playing
For,
P part, then you turn it up to da
oh,
da da da. I'm like, yo, who doctored this up? Like, what is this?
oh, oh,
You know what I'm saying?
all over. All this, I'm gonna be. I know you got to be politically correct, but he got mad at y'all because y'all didn't send him $3,000 and y'all didn't hire him. Because I just see this right here. It say, I'm in power. Aye Verb announced he is on URL staff. So was he ever on URL staff, Beasley?
No, he was never URL staff. He was
I'm
talking
just
and
lying.
for the position, and he was vying for a position. You know, he'd spoken to me, he had spoken to Chico, and he had proposed the things that he said that he wanted to do, but we never hired him because of the way that he conducts himself.
So let me get this straight. He lied about saying that you said that I put it on my flag. If he dropped a verb battle before mine, it's a problem. That was a lie. He lied about not telling Gerald all the hateful things he was telling to not try to get me in the Mook battle to happen. That was a lie. And his last lie is he said he worked for URL. He said I was a scammer because I tried to get $20,000 with no contract. He said it's unheard of, but he he asked you for a $3,000 advance 3 months before September with no contracts. The exact same thing last year.
Yeah, that's true.
And Beasley, you can't a corporation as big as y'all cannot send nobody no fucking cash out, bro. Like if you gonna tell the business, you gotta tell the business. You don't even have a bank. You ain't got a bank account. Like what you like? Like you ain't you. I'm sure you told them you weren't gonna send a cash out, right?
Exactly.
You can't send cash out. So
Right.
it's either you don't have a bank account. Why would you? You know what? You know what's crazy, bees. I wouldn't even have no problem with this if he didn't shit on other battle rappers all day. All he do is sit up here and act like he this higher power nigga that make all these numbers and do all this stuff. When URL, when you backstab URL, who been giving you your highest checks for 10 years, you backstabbed them because they didn't hire you and they didn't give you 3,000. I'm sure during the pandemic, you the reason he was eating, right? The
Correct.
caffeine
And I mean,
pills.
I mean,
Did, did y'all give him?
I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest. Like, I don't know what was going on at that time. I'm not gonna make it sound like he does have a bank account. He does that I've sent money to. So I'm not. See, I'm not gonna lie like he does. Like I'm not gonna.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like he does. I'm not
yeah.
saying that three. Again, I'm not saying that $3,000 was his deposit or whatever the case was, or the numbers that we were working with towards to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just what it was just the
Then
number.
what was it for then, B? Then what was $3,000 for?
It-
Why he's
it-
asking you for three
I,
thousand dollars if you don't know what it's for, B?
I don't know. I don't know, but
Do
you know,
that make sense? Do it make sense? Yes or no?
I, huh?
Do it make sense? Yes or no? That's all. Do it make sense?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Not with
All right.
the gas.
Okay. As long as we're
And
on the same page. Okay.
I'll say this, like regarding like what you said, like again, you know, when you have somebody who does that, it is kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
when you make fun of other, like you said, like we get on here and you clown other guys and you talk down to people, it's unnecessary. And that was one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I wouldn't even consider hiring him for that position because of stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
also
He too.
interest. You know, it's like you
Mm-hmm.
can't have you know one talent or one artist knowing what other artists make or what their personal situations are. So that's good for business.
Mm-hmm. So, but he said he wanted to fight you and all that because you owe him money, though, Bees. So it seemed like you hiding something from me or
Oh,
somebody lying. He said y'all owe him money. He gonna fight you, and why is he this mad at you then, B? He made a space about you for a whole year every day. URL. Why is he this mad at y'all?
oh my God. I don't know. I'm not interested in fighting Aye Verb. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a boxer. I do business. My role is not to argue and mudsling with talent. My role is to step to these corporations. Go talk to the BETs, get battle rap on the BET Awards, talk to the Sirius radios and Funk Flexes and Hot 97s and facilitate opportunity for talent to go up. Link with, companies like Caffeine, link with big artists like Drake and bring them to the
Mm-hmm.
culture, bring attention to what's happening. Those are the things
Mm-hmm.
that are my responsibility. This small meat, low level,
But
low
bees,
operational shit,
but bees,
like that's
he
not.
he he said he said I'm a hothead, right? And say I be my attitude and did all this. But him as a 40-year-old man, 40-year-old plus man, made a space about a company every fucking day for a year, talking about he was gonna fight the league on it. He wanted to fight the league on it as a 40-year-old plus man, and y'all don't even owe him anything. Y'all don't even owe him no money.
Well,
He mad at y'all.
this is what I find crazy, right? So let's clear the air, right? Like, let's go back. Let's look at the history of URL. Let's look at URL as a company, right? So we've
Mm-hmm.
dealt with hundreds of MCs, right? And at the end of the day, like, we're all family, right? For the most part, right?
Yeah.
We'll have ups, we'll have downs
Mm-hmm.
times when I'm not getting along with certain MCs for a year or two, and then we bump into each other, we talk, and then you see them back on the platform again. These
Yeah.
things have happened, throughout the history of the company. But there's one thing that you never hear, and that's that URL owes me money. You never hear I rapped and didn't get paid. You never hear I signed
Yeah.
a contract and I didn't get the money that was in my contract. You never hear those things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we have a stellar record for paying, our debts or our talent, or if we owe someone, we pay them. If somebody, signed a contract for a specific amount of money, that's the money they get, and they get it when we say that they get it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's talking about when he says that I own money and all this stuff. This guy flew around the country on a campaign talking about us. He flew out to New York, went to Math Hoffa's show, spent all this time and energy doing all these things, but never once tried to call me to tell me the money that I owed him. He never, and I'm not even saying like I'm inviting him to a fight. Like, if you think that I owe you money, you should
Yeah.
get your manager on the
You
phone,
should go.
right?
Yeah,
Get
like
a lawyer,
you can't. Y'all had a million events.
right?
Yeah, y'all had a million events. You had events in Atlanta. Y'all had everywhere. So if you owe him money, why not come? Okay, I got a question. If you owe me money, or you owe Aye Verb money, who's coming to get their money? If you had to just pick, which
Well,
one of us are really show up to get our money, bees?
if I had to put my money on it, if at, for some, I would never owe anybody any money. But if I ever did owe money, or you
Yeah.
believed that I owed you money, I can guarantee that you would show up and ask me what's up with the money. Whether whether
Okay.
whether I believe
Whether
that you
you owe me
whether
or
you
not.
believe
Yeah.
whether we really owe you money or not, I believe that you would show up and get the money. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a guy who proclaims to be from the mean streets of St. Louis, but he hasn't shown up anywhere. I'm at all the events.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
advertise where I'm going to be. He doesn't come by and
Yeah.
ask for the money. Like, if he could
But
come
but
talk
he
to
just talking out space
about
every
it.
day. He
And
just he
I'm
just
not even
fast mouth.
saying right, and I'm not even saying like come to the event and we can do. I'm saying, listen, if
Yeah.
if I owe you money, we have enough of a relationship where either you can call me, you can show up in
Yeah.
person, say, hey, can we step to the side? Can we talk? Hey, look, let me show you this. I didn't get paid for
Yeah.
this and that, and we could work out whatever needs to be handled, right? Or
Okay.
if it's beyond that point, right, and it has to be another type of a conversation, just come to where I'm at, right? And put me
Mm-hmm.
in a position to where I have to defend myself, and I'll give you everything that you're seeking.
Yeah.
Is that simple? I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, I'm not,
I know you. I know you're
I'm
politically
I'm
correct.
on,
I know.
I'm
I
a
know.
business, I'm a businessman. Like, I'm on
Yeah.
defense. Like, I don't get into, like, if you look at my track record, I'm in every city. I'm in the
Yeah.
smallest events. I go to these wild Brooklyn events. I go to events in the
Yeah.
hole in the wall. I walk around
Yeah.
by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have like some big, oversized security guards and dudes. I'm
Armed
around.
security that's gonna kill you on site. Armed
Yeah,
security and none of that goofy.
do
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I don't portray that image. That's not who I am. Like I don't put forth that energy, and I can walk around comfortably
But
because I don't owe anybody any money. And if you believe
but
that
the
I owe you
problem.
money, you should come and
Yeah,
me for the money. You should get your lawyer
yeah.
and get your legal team together and handle it that way. If that's
But
not the way that you do it, if you don't have money for a lawyer and you think you want to talk to me about it, you should come and talk to me and we can sit down and go through the paperwork and figure it out. If it's beyond
but
that,
the internet
and
shit.
if it's beyond sitting down and talking to the paperwork and you want another type of conversation with me, as I said, put me in a position to where I have to defend myself and I'm going to give you everything that you're seeking. I promise you.
Damn.
You handle the situation, you know?
Hey, but listen,
Mm.
it's just some guys rather just do the internet shit. See, I just want the people to know before I let you get out of here, and because I really appreciate you coming, just clearing the air on a few things. But uh, people got to start deciding whether they're gonna let the bull. They always say they mad at the culture, but they let the bullshit rock. Anytime Hitman come to a spaces back in the day, like prior to this, it was me putting gangster cars together, me giving low tier battle rappers opportunities, me trying to book battles that the culture want to see with myself. Like I don't get in spaces and talk about the female battlers and who they fucking, who got STDs. I don't talk about league owners every day. I don't have a problem with, because from the looks of it, he can't battle on RBE no more. He's not gonna be on URL no more. He ran out another sponsor. He's the one that's bringing the cancer into the culture. You got younger people, not even younger people, but up and coming, well, not even up and coming, people like Geechee Gotti, like under Aye Verb, meaning like he came afterwards. But Geechee is putting money in battlers' pockets. You know what I'm saying? You got Easy. You got all these other people that came after you that's really doing something for battle rappers, and all you want to do is come online and badmouth battle rappers all day. You talk bad about the women. You talk bad about the league owners. You talk bad about the fans. You don't do nothing positive for battle rap except bring a fucking circus and all this blah 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 shit. And then when the niggas meet you halfway to what the same shit you talking about, you want to tuck your tail. You want to talk about armed security. You want to give excuse and after excuse. So what I'm saying is, I'm tired of the culture letting this dumb shit rock. Y'all
Right.
let a nigga talk 1,000 hours in spaces and ain't prove one thing. Like, I gotta stop that. We got a whole league on there here who just politically said the guy's bullshit, bro. I'ma say it for you, Beans.
I
You ain't said, but you.
yeah, I can't say that, but what I'll say is this, right? Like over the years, like I've seen a lot of people do things to help the culture. Like a lot of talent try to build and give opportunity. You know what I mean? I like what Geechee's
Yeah.
doing with the right. I like what John has done with Bullpen. I like what you did with Bags and Bodies. You know, everybody is trying to find a way to improve and to build and to help the culture become bigger. You know, because ultimately
Uh-huh.
that's what's important, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
there has to be growth and there has to be support from the culture and the fans in order for us to continue to do what we do. Because battle rap is, while
Yeah.
it does have a big impact, it still is a small community of people who keep it going, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
URL is that force. You know what I'm saying? That does that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
Yeah.
we all find new ways to fuel it, right? Like people you even linked with like a partner, like with Coastal Rain to bring Bags and Bodies there because
For
the
sure.
monetization is not really going down on YouTube like that. The algorithm's not necessarily there on YouTube in that way, right? So like we
Especially with the
have,
juice and all the apps that's doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like try to follow that TV shows and shit that's going on. Juice, now that's TV. They all started from scratch and going crazy.
like, and that's what, like, even with the app, right? Like, that's why we built it so that when something like this happens on YouTube, where monetization is lower and the ads are lower, and we can't generate the same type of money, it allows us to add on to like shows that we have going on. Like there were times where caffeine budgets weren't as robust as we had liked them to be, so we were able to take money from supporters from the app and put it towards battles that people wanted to see. Like even in a
Yeah.
situation where we're not with caffeine, we're still able to pull off something like Loaded Lux versus Rum Nitty. You know what I'm saying? Due to the app and the support that we get from it. So, it's again,
Yeah.
I'll mention, man, like when you have these parasites who bootleg what we have as a culture, we won't survive. We won't be able to do
Yeah.
big events like Hitman Holla and Murder Move if we don't have the support of the people who love what it is that we're all tuning into. And I'm just speaking in general. Whoever, if you like an event that's coming up, whether it's URL or not URL, support it, buy that
Hmm.
shit because that's how we keep the culture going.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
sure. I agree. And we just want to say we appreciate it, man. Like I said, I know we
Oh,
had
oh,
our
yo,
ups
oh,
and
real quick,
downs.
real quick, real quick. I will be announcing Summer Madness Kings versus Queens date and the rest of the battles that are on there um, in the next few days. It will be taking place in September. I have an exclusive event for the app next Saturday, August the 3rd. We got a couple of battles. Look out for the trailer. It's free
Hmm.
for anybody that has the app. If you got the app, you could just look, you could just log on and you can see the battles for free. We'll be streaming them directly to the URL TV website. But if you're an app member, you can go on and you can see the battles for free. You know what I'm saying? And if not, just pay the $7.99 and come on and check the battles. $7.99. I'll be releasing the cards this week. We got some fire battles on there, and that'll be taking
What's
place
what's
next Saturday.
what's up with Hitman and when Hitman back on URL?
Well, me coming on this spaces should lower your price down. So we should be, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
we need to put some.
unlike
We need to
somebody,
put
I don't
something
get
together
paid for the
that's
spaces
masterful.
though.
You
Hey,
know.
unlike somebody, I don't get paid for the space. I let the bloggers eat. I let Butterfly, Chris Bonds, Piper Boy, Battle Rap Child. I let all of them get they. I listen. That's how much I give back to the culture. I got my own channel, bees. I could have did this on my own channel, got 200,000 views, and got the money. I said, bring spaces on here, let the bloggers eat. This I always help the culture, even when you know what I'm saying. Like so, I did this for the culture, bro. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
you,
Nah,
bees.
I
I'm gonna
appreciate.
holler at you.
Nah,
We got that. We got something in the works. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. We get
yeah,
back to
nah, we're
that.
gonna we're gonna keep
Other,
working. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. We'll get it. We'll get it going. Hopefully, Hitman Holla will show us some sympathy. You know what I'm saying, and give us
I
a
got
price.
you. I got.
I won't have to auction my house or anything. You know what I'm saying? To
Well, fuck it. Well,
get
fuck it, man.
a page.
Send me 3,000 right now, so I know it's real. Send me 3,000 right now, so I know it's real. All
Yo,
right, bees. I call you, my dog.
all right, man. We'll talk soon. Everybody that was on listening, thank you. For lending the ear, and let's continue to move forward and prosper, and let's continue to make the culture great. Let's continue to support it.